The Moondrop Chu 2. Everybody is talking about this budget sub $20 pair of in-ear monitors. Many people are absolute fans of this IEM, and you can find these being recommended by several big personalities. But in my opinion, there are a couple of things that you guys should definitely keep in mind before you go ahead and zero in on this IEM, because to be honest, I personally did not like the Moondrop Chu 2. Let me explain why. Now, for a price of under 2000 Indian rupees, it's kind of tough to argue the fact here that these are probably one of the most well-built and a pair of very good-looking pair of in-ear monitors. The shells are built out of metal and I absolutely love their design, and now that these bad boys come with detachable cables, it makes them really versatile. And the included soft leather carrying case that you get with the Moondrop Chu 2 is also something that I really liked. And that is where all the good stuff kind of ends actually, because if we talk about the most important decisive factor for any pair of in-ear monitors, the audio quality, it was definitely not up to the mark, at least for me. So let's talk about that. Now, before buying any audio product, I would urge you guys to go online and search for its frequency response graph. Now don't worry, I'll try my best to explain this in the simplest way possible, so bear with me. Now, the human audio perception ranges from 20 Hz to 20 kHz, and the entire range has been divided into three broad regions. To the left is where you'll find your low-end frequencies, also known as bass. To the right are your higher frequencies, also known as treble, and in between these two are your mid-frequencies. Now, for the Moondrop Chu 2, as you can probably tell by now, the extreme ends of the bass and treble have been boosted quite a bit more than the mid-frequencies, and that leads to the frequency curve being shaped like a U. Now, I'm personally not a big fan of the U-shaped curve, and that is mainly because of two main reasons. The first reason being the fact that it kind of leads to a much more narrower soundstage, and the second reason is what I would say makes the soundstage give off this certain shouty vibes, if you know what I mean. Also, one more thing I'd like to show you guys is right here. Just take a look at this region at and above 10 kHz. This region is where we have all the sibilances of our audio, and as you can see, it has been shamelessly boosted quite a lot here. Listening to overemphasized treble can get a bit uncomfortable, and those of you who are very sensitive to sibilant notes will dislike the Moondrop Chu 2 for this particular reason. Alright, now that is a lot of geeky stuff right there, so let's keep those to the side and let's talk about the soundstage of the Moondrop Chu 2, citing some real examples. So the songs that I'm about to mention here are pure lossless audio tracks that are streamed via Apple Music, and those are listened to using the iFi audio Go-Link. So the music output is pretty much studio quality right here. Okay, so our first song here is Kehna Hi Kya from Bombay. It's one of A.R. Rahman's finest tracks. And if you notice at the very beginning of the song, there is this certain female chorus that is closely followed by K.S. Chitra's beautiful vocals. But what I noticed when I was listening to the song wearing the Moondrop Chu 2 is that it was very sibilant and it kind of hurt my ears. But on the other hand, around the 1 minute 45 second mark, when the tabla started coming in with A.R. Rahman's voice, that portion of the song sounded really good, because the bass of the Moondrop Chu 2 is very tightly tuned and I could feel the punch of the low end. Alright, now let's take a song with a variety of bass hits. A classic example would be Lollipop by Lil Wayne and Static Major. After around the 12-13 second mark is where those juicy bass drops start coming in along with the vocals. And here I would say that the single dynamic driver of the Moondrop Chu 2 is simply not able to catch up. It is not able to render all those vocals along with the bass, and you can expect that kind of resolution from an IEM with multiple drivers, for example my KZ-ZX. And there are many more songs that I had listened to, but the common aspect in all of these is the fact that the female vocals sounded way too sibilant, the soundstage was very narrow, and the third thing is the bass, although being very good tuned, it lacked that oomph when you had a lot of things going on in the mid frequencies. So for all these reasons, the Moondrop Chu 2 did not impress me that much and kind of felt fatiguing over longer listening sessions. It might have the better build among all the other IEMs around the similar price range, but sacrificing the sound quality just to keep the cost at check doesn't seem quite right to me. So those of you who were looking forward to getting the Moondrop Chu 2, I'm really sorry, but I don't recommend this at all. Instead, I would lean you towards other options like the KZ-ZX, for example, if you don't mind the V-shaped sound signature, or maybe the Tangzu Vanner SG, or probably the Salnote Zero from 7Hz, if you want something that is much more neutral grade or reference grade, if you will. Alright, so that is pretty much it for this video, and I genuinely hope you guys got some value out of it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more such videos like this, and I'll see you guys in my next one.